Gentlemen, students, I'm deeply privileged to be here, and I would like to thank you for inviting me. I spent a great deal of my childhood in Bangalore, and I studied in Sophia. And when I was in Sophia, there were only two schools. There was Sophia and there was Bishop Cotton. And I'm happy to come here after so many years to see how wonderful this school is. I have actually not come here as chief guest or guest of honor. I've come here not just to see the school and partake of this extremely impressive ceremony, but also to introduce you to the actual chief guest, Philip Wollen. I have known Philip for many years, and I have very few heroes, I have to say. Living in the milieu that I do, I see many with flaws, and there are very few people that I could say, this is a person that I respect, admire. This is a person who I'm proud to be a colleague of. And perhaps more than anybody, Philip Wollen is one of my heroes. He is not just a philanthropist. A philanthropist is somebody who just gives away money. He is a thinking person who during his life has vowed to change the world as much as he can in the direction of kindness. This is an overcrowded world. We don't want achievers as much as we need people who are thoughtful, people who are full of grace, people who respect all species, people who love the planet, people who would, I don't know, sounds impossible, but die rather than cause her any harm. Philip has done much for this planet. He is one of the most respected people in the environment field and the animal welfare field in the world. I know that in India, he has saved thousands and thousands of lives. He has saved entire species in China by helping the bear, for instance, by helping people who are rescuing bears. He is a person who I call, or anyone calls, and says, Philip, I need help, and I need help yesterday. And true enough, the help is with you yesterday. If Bishop Cotton has made Philip what he is, then you should be admired and respected. I hope I will see many Philip Wollens among you. I have come all the way from Delhi simply to say this, and to say that a school that produced a Philip Wollen is truly one of the best that we have in the world. Thank you.
Indeed honored to have in our midst the illustrious Mr. Philip Wollen, OAM. His chief mission is to promote kindness towards all other living beings and enshrine it as a recognizable trait in Australian character and consciousness. A big man with a big heart, and most importantly, big on vision. We are proud to claim Mr. Philip Wollen as an illustrious Cottonian. The graduating class of 2012-2013 are extremely privileged to have as stalwart a personality as Mr. Philip Wollen to address them in his valedictory address. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Philip Wollen.
Now, the Icelanders have a wonderful story in folklore about Skidbladnir, a mythical ship. And apart from its gigantic size, it had two qualities that made it unique. One, when it was becalmed out on the ocean, it could summon up a breeze from any direction to take it wherever it wanted to go. And two, it could be folded up so small and so light, you could carry it in your pocket. Imagine that, a ship that could take you wherever you wanted to go under any conditions, and so small it weighed nothing. That is a profound metaphor for an education. Like the ship, an education weighs nothing, and it can take you wherever you want to go. Bishop Cotton's was my magical ship, and it took me safely on many dangerous voyages. I should also mention that 12 members of my family have been to the boys' school and to the girls' school, and the first member of my family to enroll in this school was in the year 1892. That wasn't me. As young Shiva Grover said earlier, you can take the boy out of cottons, but you cannot take cottons out of the man. Now, they say that the Battle of Waterloo was won on the playing fields of Eton, and Cottons is known as the Eton of the East. So will the battle for values be won on the playing fields of Cottons? I sincerely hope so, because our character and our destinies are built on our values, and I got mine at Cottons. And it was here that I learned that a man is measured not by how much money he makes, but how much of it he's willing to give away, particularly to strangers. There is a Swahili proverb: if you wish to travel fast, travel alone. If you wish to travel far, travel together. Your generation has no choice. You will have to travel far and fast. Edmund Burke wrote that for evil to prevail, all it takes is for good people to do nothing. Doing nothing is no longer an option for Cottonians. As Martin Luther King said, cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it polite? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? When I write to the United Nations, I always tell them the peace map is drawn on a menu. Peace is not just the absence of war, it is the presence of justice. Animals are not just other species, they are other nations, and we murder them at our peril. Justice must be blind to race, color, religion, and to species. If she is not blind, she will be a weapon of terror. So animal rights right now is the greatest social justice issue since the abolition of slavery. And please remember, the 13th Amendment in the United States abolishing slavery was passed on the very day this school was founded in 1865. It just occurs to me that I was born on the 15th of August, India's Independence Day. It also occurs to me that my father, another Cottonian from Pope House, was born on the 2nd of October, Mahatma Gandhi's birthday. The highest award I've ever received by my own government in Australia, I received on the 26th of January, which happens to be India's Republic Day. I am not here by accident. And as I travel around the world to many countries, I speak to good, decent people from all around the world. And they all genuinely want to change the world, as long as they don't have to change themselves. But life does not work that way. First, we change in our hearts, and then the world follows. True leaders must face their own demons courageously. Sitting on the fence is for cowards and crows. Martin Niemöller, the German priest, philosopher, and U-boat captain, spent 8 years in prison for condemning German intellectuals for being cowards. And he wrote, "When the Nazis came for the communists, I remained silent. When they locked up the Democrats, I remained silent. When they came for the trade unionists, I did not speak out. I was not a trade unionist. When they came for the Jews, I remained silent. I was not a Jew. And then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out." Leaders like you must learn to speak out and act courageously. Is it not better to light a candle than to curse the darkness? All the darkness in the world cannot put out the light of a single candle. I believe another world is possible, and on a quiet night, I can hear her breathing. It will be difficult, believe me, but always remember Gandhi's words. First they ignore you, then they laugh at you, then they fight you, and then you win. The last sentence of Scott Fitzgerald's book, The Great Gatsby, reads, "So we beat on, boats against the tide, drawn back ceaselessly into the past. I ask you, are we to live forever in a sick, smug, and cruel past? Let's not relive history. Let's make history, because that is what leaders do. They make history. That is what Cottonians do. They make history." Like Mr. Nehru said on Independence Eve, you have a tryst with destiny. I'm here to tell you, you have another tryst with destiny. Ahimsa reborn. Cling to it with those wonderful words, nec dextrosum, nec sinistrosum. Please do that. And remember, our animal cousins are like us. They have survived millions of years on this planet and survived evolution. They've earned the right to share this planet with us in peace, and they have waited long enough. The brutes and the bullies have been Goliath, but David is coming. Maybe he is in this assembly. Maybe he is one of you. And if not you, who? And if not now, when? I wish you all good fortune, and thank you. Jai Hind!